Hi, welcome to Expand Your Us. It is the week before Thanksgiving in 2021, and I'm happy to share some thoughts with you today about gratitude. Halloween hangovers have made my children entitled little train wrecks. From what I can tell, they expect to be given special candy and treats every day. Woke up, here's a full-size Snickers bar. Walked out of school on Tuesday, candied apples for you. Wearing clothes? Of course, I'll make you some puppy chow. This treat for breathing framework, in this treat for breathing framework, it is easy to feel abused when you don't get every possible thing you demand. Granted, my kids are entitled to a whole lot anyway, but it seems that October through December are designed to make them demand more and thank less. Watching it all unfold, I realize that feeling disappointed is not always inspired by neglect or hardship. I and they can feel victimized even as they enjoy a lot of attention with very few unmet needs. This combination of entitlement and victimization produces the worst kind of person in a shared community. I have been that person, so I'm speaking from experience. When a coworker gets all the best assignments and still complains the most, terrible. When a kid has eaten out for the last few days and then complains about dinner at home, frustrating for the one making dinner. When I have the chance to see a friend and then complain if the house is a mess when I return, my husband is rightly sometimes short on compassion. We have all been around folks who seem to have everything except situational awareness towards the lives of others. I am that way sometimes. I feel slighted or given to defensive outrage at the slightest feeling of being doubted or overlooked. Even in a context where my needs are usually centered and nearly always met to the detriment of dismissed others, I can be consumed by ingratitude. Ann Voskamp and the Bible talk a lot about gratitude as the root of much goodness. The practice of thanks might not come naturally. Indeed, Thanksgiving is a practice we develop over time. Some are born seemingly contented in all situations, but all of us can learn the skill of seeking gratitude. As we enter into this season of Thanksgiving, it's worth remembering that gratitude is not only a responsive impulse, it can also be an initiating one. So rather than passively experiencing gratitude when someone else is kind or attends to me, I've begun trying to practice thankfulness as an originating posture. What would my day at work look like if I entered rooms having called up some gratitude first? How would my family experience me differently if I learned to teach my senses to observe all the good that surrounds their rougher spots? How would my sense of belonging and community grow if I habitually acknowledged the sustaining loving kindness of so many Nashvillians? Gratitude is pretty magical when it wells up and spills onto another person who does a nice thing. A foundational perspective of thanks, though, can transform your entire life. It will seep into your everything until your instincts see good more than bad. Your kindness and dignity will spill onto others instead of making them earn it first. Your generosity will flow liberally in most contexts because you're convinced of your abundance. As we think about all the ways our nonprofits, schools, and NGOs make taking care of others easy for us in the holiday seasons ahead, our challenge is to engage in that work from a place of gratitude. The best social scientists and community leaders teach us to view each community with a focus on the strengths therein, not the deficits. When we enter a needy community as the strong, providing ones, we carry an unspoken expectation of seeing and hearing their gratitude. But in the process, we negate access to our own sense of gratitude, of wonder, even of our own need. Instead, if you get the chance to interact with people who need your resources, enter that space oozing gratitude for the belonging and dignity you are usually granted. Go in that neighborhood utterly convinced that they have resources you don't recognize, that they have lived many years and many stories, and that recipient of aid is not their primary identity. Allow your originating stance of gratitude to lead you to expect an encounter that will fill a need you have, even as you spend time caring for another human being. Be grateful. Thanksgiving is a wonderful time to pause and try on gratitude as an organizing posture for a day or three. It's baked into the pies. It is available to us all year long, though. Gratitude isn't only a reaction, it is also a posture that produces more kindness, more generosity, more connection, more wonder in you. So, my prayer for you in what I'm calling like the next 10 days of Thanksgiving is that you will enjoy a season of gratitude, that it will hang with you throughout the year as we enter Advent. Happy turkeys, everybody.